Hello everyone, and welcome to Problem of the Week number 3. So this week we have Jing looking through an old math notebook and found the following mess on one of the pages. I don't have the ink blots here, but I have removed the ink blots and replaced them with 2 empty squares. So the middle digit of the top and bottom numbers were both smudged and unreadable. Beside the question, there was a handwritten note which read, "The sum is divisible by 3. So whatever answer I get down here, we have to be able to divide it by 3 and come up with a whole number and not a decimal as our answer. So if the middle digit in the top number is A and the missing middle digit in the bottom number is B, determine all possible values for A and B. So there are going to be more than one set of numbers that fit this problem here. But before we start, there's a couple things that we need to make sure that we account for before we start filling in A and B. The first thing that I noticed was this digit here. So we're obviously finding the sum of all of these numbers. So we're adding. And when I looked at the first column, because that's normally where we start our addition problem, I looked at 4 plus 9. Well, we know 4 plus 9 doesn't equal 3. It actually equals 13. So something that was missing was the 1 that I have to carry over from the 13. So I'm going to add that 1 up here. So that 1 has to be accounted for when we start adding the middle column of numbers. All right, and that's a huge help in figuring this out. Now, I look at this last column here. Now, we have all our digits in the last column. And what I was thinking is, well, if I add whatever I'm missing here plus 2 and get my answer, is it going to be a number that is higher than 9? So a number that has 2 digits. Well, that would mean I have to carry over a number. But when I look at this last column, 2 plus 3, well, it does equal 5. So I know automatically that I'm not carrying over a number like I did for the middle column. All right, now I have everything I need to get started. And what I found to be the best way to do this, although it might seem like a lot of work, is I wrote out each of the questions with all potential solutions. And I'm just missing my 1 that I've carried over in my middle column. I'll add that in right now. So there's a couple things that we need to take into account. I want to create a range of numbers that would fit in the blank spot at the top. So when we're talking about a range of numbers, all right, I can't go over 9. All right, if I go over 9, that means I'd have to carry over a number to my third column here, which we know is not going to happen. So the range of numbers that I'm going to use have to total when I add them up. They cannot be any higher than 9. So the first and easiest digit that we can start with that I know will definitely not result in a number higher than 9 as our answer is 0. So over here, I'm going to put that number in. So I have 1 plus 0 plus 2, and that gives me 3 as my answer, with a final answer of 533. Now, all I'm going to do is simply increase my number as I move along in each question. And that is going to create my range of numbers that I insert into that missing digit A. So the next logical number would be 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 2, well, that gives me 4. Then I move on to the next one, and I put in 2. 1 plus 2 plus 2 equals 5. And you can start to see a pattern developing down here with numbers increasing by 1. So I move on to the next one. Again, here we see that same pattern happening where numbers are increasing by 1. So the next logical number after 2 would be 3. So 1 plus 3 plus 2 equals 6. The next one here, we would put in 4. 1 plus 4 plus 2 equals 7. The next one here, we would put in 5. 1 plus 5 plus 2 equals 8. And then our last one here is where we need to stop, because I told you earlier that we can't go any higher than 9. So the next logical number here is 6. 1 plus 6 plus 2 gives us 9. Now, the last thing we have to do is figure out, well, which one of these here are divisible by 3. So we have to do some calculating. So we take the first number here. 533 divided by 3 equals, and I forgot my calculator, so bear with me for 1 second. I'm still here. Hold on. 533 divided by 3 equals. All right. Sorry about that. So I divided 533 by 3, and I got an answer of 177.67. So this number isn't divisible by 3 because we have a decimal included. So it's not a whole number as a result. So this does not work. 533 and 0 at the top for the A digit. It doesn't work. So we move on to the next one here. So our answer was 543. So let's try that. 543 divided by 3. And we get an answer of 181. So this actually works. 543 is divisible by 3. So I'm going to highlight that one there, as it most definitely works. And I move on to the next question, and I want to divide 553 divided by 3. And we get an answer of 184.3. Doesn't work. And we move on to the next one. We get 563 divided by 3. And we get another decimal answer, 187.67. That does not work. So we move on to the next one. And we have 573 divided by 3. And our answer is 191. So yes, it is divisible by 3. So I'm going to highlight that one there. And I move on to the next two. So we have 583 divided by 3 equals, I get another answer with a decimal, 194.33. And if we look at the pattern happening here, I know what my last answer is going to be. It's going to be 197.67. So I know these last two do not work. So I'm left with two possibilities for A and B. So they're kind of smushed up here, so I'm going to write them down here. The two possibilities for A can be either 1 or 4. And the two possibilities for B can be either 4 or 7. Now those digits have to work together. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed problem of the week number 3. Again, please ask me questions online or post them to the problem of the week thread, and I'd be happy to get back to you. Well done, everybody. Nice seeing you, or at least talking to you. Everybody take care, and we'll talk soon.